Happy birthday, ladies and gentlemen, if it is your birthday, and welcome to your AEW Full Gear review. I'm JoshAgeddon, and I'm joined by The Colonist. What's up, Colonist?
You've just alienated 98% of our audience. It isn't. So, hello to everyone else whose birthday it is not, and welcome to the review of the... Is this the first official pay-per-view? Do we count it like that? First one after TV?
Were Fyter Fest, Fight for the Fallen technically pay-per-views, or were they like special events?
I don't know. I don't think they were on the same listing, but I think Double or Nothing was on the same listing.
All In was definitely,
and All Out was definitely on the same listing. So, I guess not. But it's the first. I'm calling it the first one just.
Okay, it's the first official AEW pay-per-view. So Sean, what were your overall thoughts on the show?
Well, it's kind of the trend that AEW's got right now. They've got some that's really good, some that's okay, some that's bad, and some that's downright ugly. They've offered a mixed bag, and they said they were going to be a mixed bag from the start, and that's kind of what we got here. Mm-hmm. How about you?
I didn't think this was quite as good as Double or Nothing. But I thought, other than Double or Nothing, this is their second best show. Because I felt that, like, up until the last two matches, it was okay. Like, nothing was bad, in my opinion. But the show was really saved by the last two matches.
I think the last two matches were easily the best part of the show.
Easily.
When we get to them, I'll talk about my little bits and complaints here. And I'm going to do my best not to be as exposed as being as much of a cornet freak as I actually am.
Did you hear what he said about Justin Rogers? Justin Roberts? Yeah, Justin Roberts.
I forgot what the line was, but yes, I almost guarantee did hear it. I forget what he said.
Basically calling Justin Roberts a pedophile, which, wow.
I mean, it's Cornette.
I mean, I'm not surprised, but wow.
Cornette is the most like non-PC dude there is.
Not even the ring announcer is safe.
I mean, I did say before that Justin Roberts sounds like a weenie, and he still sounds like a weenie.
That's probably not the best way to put it after what Cornette said, but
No, see, well, that kind of is getting to my point. I'm gonna try not to emulate Jim Cornette, but he does sound like a weenie.
Well, let's just hope he keeps his weenie away from. Anyway, moving on.
So no Randy Orton jokes here.
Yeah, no Randy. No. Man, can you imagine Randy Orton as a school teacher? What was going on behind the scenes of That's What I Am? That's what I want to know. Anyway.
Yeah, let's just move on from this.
Okay, so our opening match was Santana and Ortiz, or as they're now known as Proud and... What is it again?
Proud and Powerful, but I'm guessing you didn't see the pre-show.
No, I did not.
Okay, we need to talk about the pre-show.
Oh, dear.
Before we get to this match.
Oh, dear.
So first of all, I'm gonna make this real quick. They show the Santana and Ortiz package for this match with the Young Bucks no less than 3 times with the same footage. They have Moxley and Omega have a one of their promos. They sit down and they talk about their match, blah blah blah. They do the same thing with Cody and Jericho, and then we get Britt Baker versus B. Priestley, and it was honestly not that bad. Taz sounded great on commentary, probably the best he's ever sounded on commentary, which I've been kind of ambivalent to Taz as a commentator, but he was great here compared to Excalibur's nonsense. Darby Allin was shown in the stands, but he just looked like high as hell, and had like no context to that. There was like they just showed him sitting in the audience for no reason. I guess like Raven used to. It was all very confusing.
Raven with a skateboard.
And honestly, B. Priestley is really impressing me. She could definitely be a big part of the women's division going forward if they want to turn this sinking ship around. As B. Priestley is really, you can see that she's doing a lot of good heel stuff. Britt Baker, I like her, but she's inexperienced.
Mm-hmm.
She's green, and it really showed in this match. Dude, they did a cutter. She did a cutter that would make you cringe. It makes, okay, let me put it this way. It makes Eva Marie look airtight.
Ooh, that's a burial right there. That is a burial.
It was awful. And there's just, she was just sloppy, and it just like, I think she's got a lot of potential. She's got a good look. She's got a good promo on her. But
she got a good gimmick?
She needs more refinement, I think. Her skills.
I need to see this cutter.
You should. Well, you don't want to see this cutter. It was bad.
Is it the room of cutters?
It was. I don't know. I don't think anyone's saying hi to Mark after this one.
Okay, question. What was worse or weirder, this cutter or the way Ortiz sold the super kick?
You know, I was gonna mention that, and I don't understand what that was. It was like he had a heart attack.
It was like he had a standing seizure and fell over.
It was the weirdest thing. Oh, but it got better. So, B. Priestley taps out to Britt Baker. Britt Baker versus Manuel. Britt Baker leaves the ring. Then out comes Brandy Rhodes and Awesome Kong out of nowhere and walk to the ring because, you know, I guess Brandy's had this big psychotic break.
Yeah.
That she's like, I'm not women's champion, but I run division. Help. So, I guess. So, she's got Awesome Kong. They walk to the ring. B. Priestley's still in the ring. Awesome Kong takes out a knife. And when she takes out the knife, everyone like gets wicked tense, like, whoa, where's this going?
Are we going to see a live murder?
Then puts it away, does a wrestling move. Oh wait, it gets better. Takes the knife back out, cuts a piece of B. Priestley's hair, and like sniffs it, and like holds it up in victory, and then they just leave the ring, and it cuts to another Santana and Ortiz promo.
Yeah, I saw snippets of that. That's really weird.
This made no sense.
So weird.
Like, what the fuck was this? And first of all, I would not have minded this nearly as much if they did this to Britt Baker, because Britt Baker was the babyface.
Yeah.
But Awesome Kong, who was a heel, and Brandy Rhodes was a heel, did this to B. Priestley, also a heel.
I'm sorry, but I'm just like, she pulled out a knife, then gave her a wrestling move. I'm just like...
I know. No, that honestly made me pop. I'm like, did you realize just how badly you screwed yourself over there? Do the move first.
And like, at least give her a move on the knife. Okay,
yeah,
probably shouldn't endorse that.
Well, we'll get to stuff like that later.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, it's I wrote in my notes that shit cutter was shit. So just in case you need to know, but honestly, it was a good match. It was a good match. They both could be really refined as wrestlers, I think, and it would really help both of their causes. And I hope they get to work with some more experienced women as they go along.
All right. So was there anything else on the pre-show? Besides...
just more Santana and Ortiz promos.
I was about to say, other than 5 million Santana and Ortiz promos.
They did 3 of them on the pre-show, and then we opened with another Santana and Ortiz promo with the same footage.
Man, this show was already on your bad side when it started, wasn't it?
I see. It's not bad for me. When things are bad, I just laugh. You know, it's like watching a B movie. That's bad. It's like, okay, it's bad, but it's so bad it's funny. That's how bad it is. This was like, come on, guys. And if you're gonna promote something 4 times, at least have it on later on a card.
Yeah.
Like, don't open the show with the match that you've promoted 4 times in the span of like an hour and 5 minutes.
They really, really, really want you to see this match, dude.
And I bet you that's the Bucks going, we need our match to feel important. Please.
Show the same thing over and over and over again.
Interesting, that.
It's like we won't stop showing this promo until you cheer for our match.
Can I say, by the way, now that we're actually in the main show, it was refreshing to have a 2-man commentary team, even if Excalibur was on that commentary team.
Yeah, although I will say Tony Schiavone was sorely missed, in my opinion.
I agree.
Because
I like JR and Schiavone, to be honest with you.
Yeah, because JR did not have a good night. I love the guy, but he was he kept, like, there was one time when, like, during the women's match where he couldn't pronounce one of their names and he got pissed off and started swearing on commentary. Oh, man.
Well, we'll get to that too. So we're in the tag match here.
Yeah, Santana and Ortiz, Proud and Powerful, versus the Young Bucks. And I thought this was a good match, but it went on too long.
I thought this match took way too long.
Yeah, it was very, very
this
long.
Was this could have been done in half the time.
Yes, I agree. I mean, it's the opener.
Yeah, well, and here's the thing that bothered me. There's a couple things that bothered me about this match. I think Santana and Ortiz look good. I think those two have got quite a lot of talent and are valuable to the tag division.
Mm-hmm.
What they need to do is get away from the Young Bucks and get away from those talent vacuums.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. Dropping bombs on this show.
There are things that I've now realized in AEW, now that I've watched every quote-unquote pay-per-view up to this point, even though this one's the first, of watching all of the special events up to this point, I have made decisions that there's some things in AEW I'm just not going to tolerate anymore. And one of those things is the Young Bucks. And the reason why is that I don't believe they quite know how to get fans behind them other than doing moves.
They do a lot of moves.
And for 13 years in the business of peace, they ought to know better. For example, they start off doing the thing, they get their moves in. It immediately starts with two very obviously, let's just coordinate hockey fights. So the crowd just was kind of blah to start off the match. Then they get into it a little bit, and then they do the ref thing with Santana and Ortiz where, they don't acknowledge the foot tag.
Yeah, it was weird because, Santana and Ortiz were, coming off as baby faces in this match.
And they were clearly the heels.
Yeah,
into this.
It was very weird.
And then the Young Bucks worked heel for a little bit, and that went on for a bit. So then Santana makes a comeback, and then they flip that around, and then they start to get some actual heat on him later because then they start doing the isolation of the Young Bucks.
Yeah.
And they're getting some heat, but the Young Bucks are not getting cheered. It's just Santana and Ortiz getting booed.
It honestly kind of felt like two different people booked this match, except one person booked the first 10 minutes, got fired, and the second person came in and was like, okay, I'll finish the rest of this match.
It's almost like Tony Khan had just 3 match descriptions laid out on the table and just stacked them all together and said, do that.
Just crumpled them up and just started chucking at him. Do this, do that.
Here's 3 matches. Work all 3 matches in this one match.
We'll give you the first half of the entire show. You have plenty of time. You have way too much time.
And then the Bucks make the comeback number 1 of 2. They do a whole bunch of shit, and then they could have just cut their losses and ended it there. The crowd was still kind of blah at this point. Then they go through all that again. They start isolating them again to the Young Bucks. The Young Bucks make kind of a comeback. Kind of. And then Santana and Ortiz win. With their, whatever their move is.
The street sweeper.
That.
Not gonna lie, there was, I do think Nick did a decent job selling his knee once they actually got to that. But again, it was really weird because they were doing the referee didn't see the tag thing and the crowd got pissed. They did another referee didn't see the tag or something like that. And they did that twice. But with the heel team. So, the crowd started getting behind the heels, and I'm just like, I thought the Young Bucks were the baby faces in this match.
Yeah.
It was very weird.
That's kind of what I'm getting at with the Young Bucks is I don't think they know the difference. I don't think they know when to work babyface, what to do to work babyface. / when they work heel. I think they're just going in and doing their shit.
Yeah.
Regardless, rather than altering what kind of personality they're putting into the match, depending on whether they're being heel or whether they're being babyface. And for people, these guys worked in TNA with Hogan and Bischoff.
Mm-hmm.
Somebody had to have been telling them the difference. I have to imagine.
Dude, can I just say that the Rock and Roll Express, by doing 2 moves, was a million times more over than the Young Bucks were in this match?
The Rock and Roll Express was the most over part of the match.
Yeah. And it was after the match.
Biggest pop of the night with the Canadian Destroyer.
That was hilarious.
Got the best pop of the night. Let's just let that sink in for a second.
Yeah.
Ricky Morton at 64 or whatever, north of 64, I'm sure, got the biggest pop of the night.
Did the most assisted Canadian Destroyer of all time.
But it didn't matter.
Yeah, it didn't matter. And then he did a suicide dive because he's insane, and everyone was like losing their mind.
But it's not that he's insane, it's just that he never does that kind of stuff. But because people do a billion of those all the time in every match, every single time you see him, it's not special. Whereas it's special with Ricky Morton, because when have you ever seen Ricky Morton do a Canadian Destroyer?
Never.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that is another thing. There was at least one suicide dive in every single match.
I noticed that as well, and I was like, come on, guys. Like, way to make a move, not mean a damn thing.
But, and another weird thing about this match, they kind of messed up the finish, because the finish was one of the Young Bucks would get posted while the Santana Ortiz would do the street sweeper on the other one. I don't know what happened. There was some kind of slight miscommunication where Matt Jackson, I think, went for a shoulder block in the corner. You know, they do the shoulder block, they move out of the way, they get posted. He completely missed. Like, either one of them didn't move out of the way fast enough, or he went too fast. It just looked very awkward.
At that point, I was just saying, please, dear God, let this match end.
Yeah,
I'm begging for mercy here.
Yeah, I do not have as much of a harsh opinion on the Young Bucks as you do. I think they're fine. But this match I thought was good, just went on way too long.
They should have cut their losses after the first Bucks comeback.
Yeah.
And I would have been way more okay with this match.
But I will say, the way Ortiz sold that super kick, I've never like what.
I was just like, what are you doing, dude?
Like, he had you remember when JTG sold the crap out of the Cobra?
Yes.
It was sort of like that. Kind of.
It was like if Enzo was doing this dance, but like not moving at all.
That's exactly what it was, and then he did a flare flop.
I mean,
that was weird.
To him for at least uniqueness.
Yeah. That's a strange dude right there. That is a strange dude.
That was something else. Yeah.
But yeah, I will say I do think that the right team won.
Agreed.
Yeah, because again, you got to continue to get the inner circle over as a faction, and you can't do that by having them lose all the time. So they won this match, and I believe that they should have won this match.
I wonder if the Young Bucks think that they're over enough that they're putting all these other teams over and actually giving them elevated rubs.
They probably do.
They probably are like, we're going to help this young up-and-coming talent.
It's like, we, the Young Bucks. Well,
it's funny. I hear that they were not really that cared for in Japan.
Yeah.
That nobody really gave a damn about them. They just happened to be around the guys who were actually doing good work.
Man, a lot of salty opinions on the Young Bucks on this podcast.
Listen, I gave them benefit of the doubt. I watched 5 or 6 matches of theirs. And I just, I'm sorry, guys. You're just not doing it for me.
All right, up next, I believe, was Hangman Page versus Pac.
Yeah, speaking of people who are doing things for me.
This match was really good.
Both of these guys, I would say that as far as wrestling matches are concerned, this was definitely the second best of the night. Yeah,
this was a very good match. I love both of these guys. Although I will say, why did they have a rematch on Dynamite? Because we're reviewing this a week late. Why did they have an immediate rematch on Dynamite?
I don't know, because it wasn't a screwy finish at all.
Yeah.
It was a decisive babyface victory. Probably because, like, they're trying to determine the new number 1 contender, and they were mentioning before, like, during this match, they mentioned it a few times that, like, I guess Adam Page was the number 3 contender, and
Pac's number 2.
So maybe they're trying to determine, like, who's the number 1 contender now, because Cody's down and going to be obviously working with MJF, which we'll get to in a second.
Not going to lie, it kind of felt like 50-50 booking.
I'm sure that it was intended to be a number 1 contenders match, but I don't think it was ever advertised as such.
No, it was not.
So, and I don't know who won either.
It was Pac. Pac got the win back.
I mean, we're talking about guys who, but I guess this feud is one of those. I mean, I don't mind seeing Pac and Page again.
Me either. As much as I do think that was weird, they did have a really good rematch on Dynamite.
I think that they're also trying to maintain that viewership on Dynamite too. You know,
Yeah.
they're still trying to build an audience. This past week was the first week that they'd actually increased significantly in viewership.
Yeah, didn't they have like 900,000 something?
Yeah, they went almost back up to 1 million, which is pretty good for what they were doing. They were losing 100,000s consistently for a while.
Yeah.
But now they boosted that back up. So maybe it might just be for somebody who didn't want it, who didn't catch the pay-per-view before, to get a little taste of that action. And if there's any match to do that with on this show, I'd say this was it.
Yeah, because these two absolutely. Well, I wouldn't say tore the house down because again, like there was a other match that was better in my opinion, but they came pretty close to stealing the show in my opinion.
Yeah, they really did. I mean, I really enjoyed everything here.
Although I will say there was one spot that I thought was kind of goofy. The brainbuster on the chair on the outside. It was an awesome visual, except if you look closely at the quote-unquote steel chair. It had a cushion on it.
Yeah, I mean...
So that kind of ruined it for me, but it only took me out of the match for like a second.
Well, and that's the funny thing, too, because, like, it was kind of a theme the whole night.
Yeah.
They were definitely being safe with all of their hardcore stuff.
Yeah. Which you got to give them credit for that.
Which I do commend them for. If you're going to do hardcore stuff, because I'm not going to cornet that. I was raised in the Ruthless Aggression era, and I saw some Hell in a Cell matches that were nasty.
Yeah.
So I don't mind hardcore wrestling at all. I'd rather them be safe if they're going to do some of the stuff they did like that. I thought that brainbuster on the chair, honestly, if they wanted to piss people off and get some heat on Pac should have won that with a countout.
Yeah.
And that would have really pissed people off. And then you could have probably justified having the match on Dynamite that way.
But also, I will say, one thing I really liked about this match is, what is one thing we constantly complain about in WWE? Dumb baby faces.
Where do we start?
Oh, yeah, that is true. Dumb baby faces. Adam Page in this match was a smart babyface because when Pac was distracting the referee, went for the low blow, Adam Page saw it coming and countered and then won the match. So, I love stuff like that.
Yeah, I mean, the whole thing was great, too, with like him trying to hit that buckshot lariat and never quite getting it the whole match. I would have liked to have honestly seen him connect with it. I would have popped when he finally did hit it. But the way that they went around it is totally fine. With the brutalizer, is that what he calls it?
Yeah.
That counter into brutalizer, that was very cool.
Yes, it was.
That was very nice. Obviously, Pac is just so damn good.
Pac, I kind of wish he was a babyface so he could challenge Chris Jericho and win the world title. Pac is so good.
Give him some time.
Yeah.
Give him some time. I think that there's more. There's definitely more with him to do in AEW. He's one of the best guys they've got right now. And,
so honestly, yeah, this was a big thumbs up.
Yeah, absolutely. And Paige, there was an interesting thing about that JR mentioned, and I wonder what your thoughts on that are. Because Paige does, like, he did the moonsault, and he, of course, did the suicide dive on that. And JR made a point to mention that he wished that he wouldn't do that. Because he's just, to him, Adam Page and the whole cowboy shit thing seems more like a ground and pound guy and more of a that meat and potatoes kind of wrestling kind of thing. And I saw JR's point, and it might make him more distinct from a lot of the cohorts that he's got in AEW if he didn't do those, except on rare occasions. Because it's an interesting idea, because Adam Page, I understand what JR's talking about as far as, like, that cowboy level stuff is that ride him on the ground. I mean, the moonsault looks great. I'm not knocking the moonsault at all. But I don't know, what's your take on that? Because I definitely see how it could help Adam Page to not do it.
Yeah, I do see his point too. Maybe a way to split the difference would be for Adam Page to save the moonsault for, like, special occasions. Something like that.
Yeah, absolutely. Or because the thing is, like, you see it in every match of his.
Yes.
And even on TV. It'd be nice even if he just saved it for pay-per-view matches.
Yeah.
Or something like that.
But yeah, I do very much think JR's onto something with that.
Yeah, I think it would honestly help Adam Page out tremendously as far as his appeal, because then it wouldn't be like, oh, he's a cowboy, but he's a gymnastics cowboy.
Yeah.
You know, and so just it was an interesting thing. It just kind of swept under the radar, but it was an interesting idea.
Yeah, I agree.
But all good stuff here.
Yeah.
Love this match.
Up next was I think Joey Janela versus Sean Spears.
Oh boy.
Let me guess. Not a fan of Joey Janela, huh?
Okay. Once again, I'm trying not to be Cornette, but I'm about to do his quotes. Once again, I have given this dude benefit of the doubt. I think that he's good in his niche.
Mm-hmm.
You know, which is just honestly just being a massive goof and a massive goober wrestler.
I absolutely agree. He's like super wacky. But
he tried to work like a pro wrestling match with Sean Spears and Janela, who looks like the milky booger you wipe on your sleeve.
Oh my god!
Paper towel. It just didn't line up. All of his stuff looked like shit.
He looks very, very wacky. He looks and acts very wacky.
He did a bunch of shit I don't think he knew how to do, and Sean Spears is a hell of a professional. You know, and Spears carried him to a halfway passable match.
I personally thought the match was all right. It very much felt like a TV match.
Yeah, it didn't really belong on this pay-per-view. Tully, I think the corkscrew with that Tully assisted on the ring steps was pretty nasty. The pile driver.
Oh yeah. That was the best part of the. Well, that was one of the best parts of the match. I will say.
For that Death Valley driver, I mean, I really would have been upset if Joey Janela beat Sean Spears.
But,
I really would have been upset about that, because Sean Spears, I think, is someone that they really should go to for really solid mid-card matches.
Dude, he's done a complete 180 from like the somewhat happy-go-lucky Ty Dillinger. Like he's intense.
I love it. I honestly love it. I'd like to hear Tully talk at some point.
Yeah.
Because Tully's one of the best talkers there's ever been, but he hasn't said a word on AEW. What's up with that?
But my favorite thing in this match was honestly when Sean Spears tied up Joey Janela's hair in the tag rope in the corner, and Joey Janela had to rip out his own hair to get free. I really like that. I thought that was interesting.
I actually had heard a little bit, because my hair is fairly long.
Yeah.
A little bit, probably around the same size as Janela's, and that just hurt, man. I couldn't even look at that. I'm like, oh god.
Yeah, I really appreciate it, because if you want to sell that someone's crazy, that's a good way to do it.
Yeah, it's just, you know, the thing is just like, the thing I do like about Joey Janela, I will say, it's not all bad with him. I think that he has a certain level of charisma. You know, I think he has an ugly ass face, but he's got.
It's like.
I'd like him a lot more if he had Christian's face.
But then Vince would hate him.
Who cares? He's on AEW.
Yeah, that is true. Okay.
But he throws a mean punch.
Yeah.
He throws a real mean punch. If he kept to like Pitbull, Jamie Noble style, just all punches, all kicks, kind of the same thing with Page, but just like a little scrappy do type of fighter, I'd honestly like him a lot more.
And he can actually, he can bump and he can sell pretty good. Like,
he can bump it so fine if he's doing punches and kicks. I just think whenever he tries to do a move, he looks like a total goober.
Did you see the way he sold that one V trigger on Dynamite?
No, I didn't.
Go look up Kenny Omega V triggers Joey Janela. He looks like he gets shot in the head with a gun. It was beautiful. It looked brutal.
Well, he's got certain ability. I'm not denying that he's got certain ability. I just think that most of his moves look like garbage.
What even is his finisher?
Looks like garbage.
What even is his like finishing move?
Doing a moonsault when nobody's in the vicinity and landing face first on the canvas.
Oh yeah, or on the outside.
On the outside.
Yeah, I remember that. All right.
Yeah,
so
like,
the correct person won.
Yeah.
But we will rate this match a Sean would rather wash his eyes out with bleach than look at Joey Janela for 5 seconds out of 10.
The way I describe it is like, you know, when you're doing like those surveys of like how good did our company do, and they give you the 5 buttons of like very poor, poor, fair, good, very good.
Mm-hmm.
It was like poor to fair.
Okay.
It wasn't bad, but it was just
Not your cup of tea.
Not my cup of tea. Not my thing.
All right. Up next, honestly, it kind of disappoints me to say this. This was my least favorite thing on the show. Triple Threat Tag Team Championship match. The World Tag Team Champions, SCU defending against the Lucha Bros and Private Party. I didn't hate this match. I thought it was fine. Well, that's just the problem. It was fine. You know what I mean?
How the hell did Lucha Brothers and Private Party earn this title match so fast? Because what I don't understand is, like, you do this big-ass tournament. Wouldn't you want the tournament finals to be a reason to turn into the pay-per-view?
Yeah.
To see who's crowned the first champions? Why'd they do that? Why'd they give that away on TV and then have just a random haphazard next 2 teams available into this triple threat tag match? The whole placement on this card made no sense.
Honestly, that's not even what bothered me. It was the match itself. It took forever to get going, and when it finally started going somewhere, it just ended.
I do like, it did. And I like the belt designs, though.
Yeah, the belts look really cool, and they have the snake skin on the back.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. I still hate them announcing Private Party weighing in cranberry vodka.
I'm not gonna lie, that makes me laugh. That pops me.
I think that's the dumbest fucking thing. Name the weight. This is one of those moments that for me, I'm going old school with that. It's like, at least make it seem like it's something of an athletic competition.
Yeah.
By giving weights.
The thing that annoys me.
They're both like 50 pounds soaking wet with a brick in each pocket, and they're just embarrassed to reveal how skinny they are.
The one thing about Private Party that kind of annoys me is whenever he starts screeching, that weird scream he does. You know what I'm talking about?
Yeah.
Like, why? He sounds like Melina.
Yeah, he does.
It's not a compliment.
No, he really does, though. That's funny you say that. He really does.
Like, why?
And who was the heel in this?
I couldn't tell you.
Was it Lucha Bros? Because they were getting the most cheers. He was trying to be the babyface, but they're getting booed. Private Party's babyface, but they're like, nobody viewed them as winning this match. It took till this match. Another thing that bothers me, this is match 5 into the show, if you include the pre-show.
Yeah.
It took until this match to get a collar and elbow tie-up.
Oh yeah, you're right. I didn't even notice that.
There were 2 collar and elbow tie-ups in the 8 matches on this show. 2. Just think about that.
And another thing, Frankie Kazarian needs to stop doing that Hurricane Rana to the outside. Because he did something like that on Dynamite in the Tag Team Title Finals match, where he banged his head on the apron and I thought he concussed himself. His head looked like, when he did it this time, it almost looked like his head bounced off the floor. He needs to stop doing that.
Yeah,
he's not exactly a spring chicken.
No, but man, he's dedicated.
He is.
I respect for Frankie Kazarian, but I see what you mean.
Yeah, he needs to be more careful with that, because that's 2 times now where I've just been like, "Ooh, don't do that move, don't do that move." It's like Biggie Langston with the freaking apron spear. Just stop.
That one always. Yeah.
That's always a crash and burn.
Yeah, it really is. That shooting star of Mark Quinn's could be a finish.
Yes.
Because it looks fucking beautiful.
It is amazing.
It was absolutely gorgeous.
And no surprise to anyone, Rey Fenix stole this entire match, because the dude's a crazy guy.
And his rope play is impeccable.
It's so good. I still think the best thing I've ever seen him do was, I think it was on the tag team title match in the finals, where he had the guy by the arm and he was on the ropes. They tried to sweep his legs, but he jumped and landed back on the ropes and then did the move. That was dope.
Yeah, Phoenix and Penta are just so damn good.
Yeah, but again, I didn't think this match was bad. It just, no one cared, and when they started to care, it ended.
I think because when you have a triple threat tag match, it's hard to really identify clear heels and clear baby faces and like get people behind one team and not behind another team. And then, even after the match, the Lucha Brothers are still trying, after as over as they are still trying to get heat on themselves by taking out SCU. Daniels gets a mild pop.
Yeah. Everyone saw it coming, though.
But fucking this idiot Excalibur. It's Pentagon Trace. What? There's only one Pentagon. They're the Lucha Brothers. It'd have to be Lucha Trace. Like
Pentagon Dos.
This goof. This fucking goof.
Yeah, I'm not gonna lie. I'm not that big a fan of Excalibur either. He
Have
just
I told him to take off his mask yet?
yes. Well, not tonight. Not tonight.
All right, take off the fucking mask, Excalibur.
You haven't done it on literally everyone's birthday, but
Because even in the promo packages, he's trying to give these like analysis, and he just looks like a total fucking goof. But apparently, he takes this as seriously as if he is a luchador. If you want to ask Jimmy Havoc, did you hear about that?
no, I did not.
Excalibur beat the shit out of Jimmy Havoc at Tony Schiavone's birthday party because I guess Jimmy Havoc posted an Instagram picture of Excalibur without his mask.
Oh, yikes.
At some famous chicken place that always is good with wrestling. I don't remember it. I'm not that into it.
But like he doesn't wrestle.
Somewhere.
He's an announcer. So
Well, I guess he takes that very seriously.
Is he even I don't know.
I don't know. That would have been my answer. Whatever question you were about to ask, I don't know. I just want him to take the mask off or just leave.
I wish that we could have replaced him with Schiavone.
He irked me all night.
Honestly,
and we're gonna get to more reasons why he irked me in just a second.
Honestly, the commentary would have been so much better if it was Jim Ross and Schiavone.
Yeah, I really would have liked it so much better.
Honestly, like, okay, we're gonna fast forward a teeny bit. It got on my nerves so bad when he could not identify an Alabama Slam.
I know.
How do you not know what that is?
Dude, JR, you could hear the disappointment in JR's heart and soul.
Although, did you know that there's another move for the Alabama Slam? I learned this over the week. When Hardcore Holly when he did it during the Attitude Era, you know what some people wanted him to call that move?
What?
You know how his name is Hardcore Holly? They wanted it to be called, and I'm not joking, the Holocaust.
I'd say run with it.
Guess whose idea that was?
It'd be so funny, damn it.
No. Wrong Vince.
See, that's that. Well, that was rude. That was my Russo impression.
Oh, okay.
I'm not kidding, bro.
Bro, if you could, like, reference the Holocaust, bro.
If you want a finisher to get viewers, you've got to relate it to the people.
Yeah.
Bro,
ashes to ashes, bro.
That is to go...
Oh, God.
Okay.
We are both going to hell so fast.
No, we really are doing Cornette's bit.
Oh, man. Anyway, let's take it back. Where were we on the show?
We were at my dumpster fire of a night.
Okay, so after the tag team match, SCU retained. Then up next was the AEW Women's Championship match. Riho, Colonist's favorite female wrestler of all time, versus God, I can't remember her name either at this point. Emi Sakura, thank you. Which, trust me, if you ask JR, it's a lot harder to say than you would think.
Yeah, JR had a real tough time with this one.
Yeah. Honestly, I thought this match was good, but I can totally see, like, again, the disappeal, if that's even a word, the unappeal, lack of appeal, with Riho.
Yeah, you know, this match would have been great if there wasn't a stick in a dress defending the title.
If there wasn't a literal fetus wrestling in this match.
She was walking to the ring, and that small-ass belt was around her to the last snap line.
Why is that belt so small? Is it just because of Riho?
It's small, but it's not small enough for Riho, who had to put it on the last available snap because she's so damn small it wouldn't fit around her waist otherwise.
I don't like the design of the Women's Championship belt. I just don't.
bother me at this point. It doesn't
It's
even
so
bother
tiny.
me as much as it's proportionate to the woman wearing it.
That is
Maybe
true,
a
but still.
bigger woman has it.
Like, AEW, listen to me. Whenever Riho loses this belt, whenever she loses it to hopefully someone with a little bit more girth, add some girth to the belt, please. Like, stretch it out.
Nyla Rose girth.
Not quite there. We don't need a penis behind the belt. Okay.
Sorry.
Okay. You kind of walked into that one.
I did.
Anyway.
Set me up for that one, though.
Oh god, I kind of lost my train of thought right there. Anyway.
Change the size of your belt.
Yes. So part of this match, again, you were talking about like how they were trying to make sure everyone was safe in this match. Not this match. Riho did a stomp to the outside on Sakura that must have sucked. That looked so painful.
It did look real painful. I mean, Sakura was doing everything she could to get fans into this match.
Yeah.
And nobody gave a damn. Myself included.
Yeah, and like there were 2 stomps from both of them in this match where the stomp, instead of landing on like the midsection, landed on the arm. And I was just
Riho
like,
does not have any other moves.
like,
Stomps.
like no, like Sakura did a diving stomp and she landed right on Riho's arm, and I'm just like, oh.
Yeah, I did notice that.
Oh man, how is that? Like, again, considering how small she is, how did her arm not just break off and go flying into the audience?
I mean, I just didn't have any interest in this match in general because they weren't a Japanese women's match.
Yeah.
And it's not made for American cornet smark.
Yeah.
It's just this match was not intended for me to watch or for me to enjoy.
I do think that
all people who do like that. It was definitely not. I was not the target audience for this match.
Yeah, I personally thought it was fine. I thought it was enjoyable. But that's mostly because like they were killing each other with those stomps. Although I wish they would stop doing that. Like stomp on the midsection, not the arm. You're gonna break someone's arm doing that. But I do really like that weird around the world roll up that Riho does. It honestly looks kind of cool.
It looked cooler from someone bigger. But yes, sorry.
You sizest bastard. Anyway.
Yes, you know what? I am sizest. Because when the only move that she's got that looks anywhere like it's going to be effective, and it's the only move she has, is a double stomp, or a single stomp, or a double stomp, or
them knees though,
stomp, and then a roll-up victory for the 5th consecutive time I've seen your match. I'm just not interested because you're not showing me anything at all. You're showing me that I'm 98 pounds and should not be winning all these matches.
Honestly, the best thing in this match was that one tilt-a-whirl backbreaker. But that's again because she's so tiny.
That did look cool.
She spun her around like a pizza.
And I did pop for that because I'm like, good.
But so
this woman makes me actually angry. Amy Sakura was fine.
Yeah.
I mean, she's obviously a veteran and she was trying to get the crowd into it as much as she could, and it just did not do that for me. I also thought this match went way too long. This was another 15-minute, 20-minute match that could have gone in half the time.
Yeah.
This show was a long show, including the pre-show. It's 4.5 hours of content. You know, they could have cut this match straight on down, and I would not have had an issue with it.
Yeah, I thought this match was fine. I would honestly give it a moderate thumbs up, but not all the way thumbs up. Like in the middle, leaning upwards.
I'd rather stick my thumb up my own ass.
Okay, moving on. So, all right. So, honestly,
clear enough. Am I being?
Well, you were clearing out your colon apparently.
I am the colonist.
Jesus Christ! I walked into that one. Anyway, so I think we can both agree that the show significantly amped things up from this point onward.
Yes, this was the match I was wanting to see. This is the match that I was ready to see. And this match, I mean, I didn't even know what I was expecting, but it definitely over-delivered.
Cody versus Jericho. Match of the night. Easily.
I think this was match of AEW.
This was so good. This is AEW at its best.
I like Cody and Dustin. That match was fantastic. But as far as a great match and a great angle afterwards, and everything, the professionals were professional here. It looked fantastic. Everything was big. But Cody,
Dude, that is my one critique of this match.
You didn't need
Like,
that was not necessary.
He honestly scorpioned himself on that ramp.
I mean, the juice was good.
Yeah.
The blood was good. It definitely added to the
But he
match.
had a crater in his forehead.
Yeah, that was nasty.
I'm just like, don't do stuff like that, dude. Like, oh, that was hard to watch. And it's not just that he bounced headfirst on the ramp. He landed face first and slid a little bit. And I'm just like, ugh.
Yeah, it was...
that was nasty.
Yeah, it really was that. And I wrote down on this because we were talking about Justin Roberts. You know what I really miss and would really help AEW, I think, for these title matches? Michael Buffer. Old WCW announcer. The guy who did those big title matches. Because Justin Roberts, I like the dude. I think he's good for the undercard matches, kind of like David Pencer was for WCW. But I think we need a bigger, a deeper voice.
And he's really good with kids, allegedly. But one thing that I wish AEW would start doing for title matches is like have a animation graphic for the title belts. Because say what you will about the WWE, I like that they have like graphics for the belts because it makes it feel special.
Those are pretty cool.
Yeah.
Those are pretty cool. But I mean, I don't really.
And you don't need it,
that they
but
don't have them.
Yeah.
But it would be kind of cool, even if it was something small.
But aside from Cody literally trying to give himself a fatality in this match, I have no complaints about this match. Everything was just about perfect.
Yeah, it's same. This is like, and that's the weirdest thing. I complain about the entire undercard, and then they come in and deliver this.
Yeah.
You know, this company is schizophrenic. This company is fucking schizophrenic. It gives you the drizzling shits and then serves you a plate of pancakes. I'm like,
yeah.
I don't understand. I thought that both guys looked great, even though Jericho has those flabby daddy nipples.
Okay.
He does.
Dude, he needs to do the juice effect with those things.
He does. I mean, they're not bad. He's obviously got them toned. They're not like some guys out there.
Yeah.
You know, but you know, he is also 48 years old.
And you know one thing that really made me happy about this match is very small. During the match, I was thinking, you know, it'd be cool if he went for the Judas effect and Cody blocked it and countered with Crossroads. And they did it in the match, and I was so happy.
Yeah.
I loved that.
That was really cool.
And when he did,
to the code breaker, I loved.
Yes, when he hit the Crossroads and went for the cover, the crowd lost their minds.
Yeah, they went nuts.
And then when he did the Dusty Dance and the Bionic Elbow, the crowd went nuts again. God, I love this match.
Those two are just so good.
Yeah, and Chris Jericho.
Really proving just how hot a commodity he really is after leaving WWE. I think this match is definitely vindication for him.
Yes, absolutely.
No, this was wonderful.
Chris Jericho can somehow still do a perfect lion salt.
And I mean, this is Jericho.
Jericho's the man. Jericho's the man.
Yeah.
He's Le Champion.
This is where I finally had enough of Excalibur.
How do you not know what an Alabama Slam is?
Not only do you not know an Alabama Slam, and you call it a fucking water wheel. That wasn't even the bad one. You know what the one that got me? I literally got up out of my chair and nearly punched the television.
Oh no, I don't even want to know. What was it?
Jericho sends Cody down the ropes. Cody hits the ropes, and Jericho hits him with a running knee. And Excalibur says, and I quote, "Oh, that was a powerful kitchen sink."
Oh, I can actually feel your anger right now. I can actually feel your anger right now.
It is a running knee, Excalibur, you stupid fuck. Leave your PWG random words move bullshit out of my pro wrestling.
Stop.
Everything in this match was great except for you, buddy.
Even when it gets to the point when JR, who has been stumbling over himself all night, when he's looking at you, like you can actually like feel him looking at Excalibur like a disappointed father. When it gets to that point, like, but seriously,
kicked Excalibur's sorry teenage ass out of the house once he kept wearing the mask.
Like,
and then I would have told him, go get a real job or come back when you're serious about it.
Yeah, and learn about the Holocaust. I mean, Alabama Slam.
This guy is pissing me off, man.
Yeah, it's so bad. I would have loved to have Jim Ross and Shivani call the show.
I would have preferred JR and Taz.
Yeah.
Honestly, with the way Taz was on the pre-show, keep that dude out. Keep the professionals out.
Yeah, and I like Taz in general. I know a lot of people don't like Taz, but I do like Taz as a commentator. But
he's had his good commentary and his bad commentary.
Yeah.
But he was great on the pre-show. He would have been great with JR. Those two, I had a great chemistry in the few months that they were working together. So,
but one of the best parts of the match was, of course, the finish. The finish, in my opinion, was perfect.
Yeah. Oh, it's great because the great thing about this is now that Cody is allegedly, now that MJF has cost Cody his chance to fight for the AEW Championship. That means Cody can spend 6 months to a year getting back to where he'll be able to challenge for it again.
Don't say that, Sean. You'll make the Armbar Express twitch.
I know. Oh,
Shout out to you, Armbar Express. We'll plug your stuff if you ask us nicely. Maybe. We love you, Thomas Robinson. Shout out to you.
But yeah, it's just to me, because it wasn't like a clean loss. So
yeah.
Cody actually has a gripe to where he could actually say, "Well, I didn't technically give in or pin or submit, so technically I didn't forfeit my chance to compete for the championship."
Yeah.
All things considered, but he's got plenty of MJF to work with right now, and there's plenty of things that he can do, help getting other people established like MJF.
Dude, the promo the MJF cut on Dynamite with Jericho
was wonderful.
Absolute TV gold. I loved it.
MJF is so good.
And when they started calling each other like crisscross applesauce Jericho, just like, it's so stupid, but they make it work.
It's nice to have MJF finally getting some proper TV time.
I know, right? He's so good.
Because he's also one of the best things that they've got going for him right now.
Mm-hmm.
And he's so young.
Yeah.
He's
23.
Even more. It's like,
dude, in 1 week I'll be 22. He's 23. Like, that is not okay. That is not okay.
That dude is going places.
Absolutely.
And may not necessarily be AEW when it's all said and done.
But at the end of the match, when he was walking up the ramp and everyone was booing at him, apparently it was a plant. Doesn't matter. He got doused. That
was so beautiful.
That was awesome.
Aim that dude had.
I know that dude's got an awesome throwing arm.
That dude has got a perfect throwing arm. I was like, that was the best time shot.
That was awesome.
Plant or not, that was wonderful.
It would honestly be perfect if it wasn't. But even if it was a plant, just absolute that dude has got to be some football teams hire this man.
Oh, and the thing was, he was getting that level of heat.
Yeah.
He totally was getting that level of heat. I mean, that's what made it look so realistic, and that it could have been somebody who wasn't the plant. If he was getting like a milk-warm reaction, that'd be one thing.
Yeah.
But he was getting pure, proper heat.
Dude, nuclear heat.
It was wonderful. It was wonderful.
And also, in a perfect world, Chris Jericho would be World Heavyweight Champion for the rest of time.
So, hats off to AEW for that one, because that was
tremendous. By far the best thing on the show.
Yeah, and again, old school in me, I would have liked, because this was the heavyweight title match, for this to have ended the show.
Yes.
Because JR screaming, "Damn it, why MJF, why?" as the credits started to roll.
Yeah.
That would have been wonderful.
Yeah.
However, I understand why they didn't.
Yes, me too.
And I'm not saying I love the idea, but I understand the why.
Yeah. All right, up next we have our main event, Lights Out, unsanctioned match, Jon Moxley versus Kenny Omega. Before we start, can I just say that a lot of the reactions to this match are ridiculous?
You know what my biggest complaint about this match was?
What?
They never properly shut out the lights.
I was gonna say that. They turned them red. I thought the Fiend was gonna jump out.
They changed the colors, and then they just went to normal, but then they kept the colors weird.
Yeah.
They never shut out the lights.
Yeah, they never turned the lights off. And I was just like, I thought that was weird too.
Was it that the point?
This isn't a lights out match. This is a lights red match.
Justin Roberts literally said not 3 seconds earlier, when the lights go out, We're not responsible. And then the lights never went out. So I guess AEW is responsible.
Yes.
So you done fucked up, AEW.
Yeah.
You're now on the hook for every lawsuit that's coming your way.
Yeah, that did irk me a little bit. But the reactions to this match some people have had are absolutely ridiculous. Like, if you don't like this kind of wrestling at all, that's fine. That's fine. But some people are treating this as if, like, we were watching the passion of Jon Moxley and Kenny Omega.
This is not Sawzall to the head.
No, it is not.
Bad. I mean,
Jon Moxley has done so much worse. I've seen this dude take a literal mechanical saw to the forehead.
Yeah, that's the Sawzall.
Forks.
Yeah.
Pizza cutters. I've seen this dude take a pile driver on top of a light tube.
Yeah.
This was tame.
The violence in this was not what I had a problem with it with. Like, the violence in it was fine.
Yeah, like, this was a watered down CZW match, but it was not anywhere near.
It was not anywhere near that.
No, people that are trying to treat this as if it was like, oh my gosh, these people should be ashamed of themselves, grow up. Go back and watch. These same people would vomit and pass out if they watched Jon Moxley in CZW back in 2010, 2009.
Yeah, anything pre-WWE Moxley is pretty nasty.
Pretty gruesome.
I mean, I only could stomach so much of it.
Yeah, like
this isn't Tournament of Death watching the strips of flesh falling off the body.
Dude, I've seen a CZW match where, like, Thumbtack Jack got a syringe stabbed through his cheek, out the other cheek, and just like, ugh.
Yeah, it's nasty. This was not nasty.
This was tame.
I liked that Kenny Omega was not nearly as goofy as he normally is, as far as like the crazy eye visuals and like the pointing and all that, because like he's very animated as a worker. Not knocking his work, I like his work a lot, but it's over the top animated.
Dude,
most of the time.
My favorite thing.
Not that at all.
My favorite thing in this match wasn't even had anything to do with the hardcore stuff. When he ran over the barricade, jumped, and did that sweet missile dropkick over the barricade, that was awesome.
Yeah, that was cool.
I love that. That was awesome. He got some pretty good airtime.
Yeah, there was a lot. I'm reading my notes here because I wrote a lot. Kenny obviously was a lot more serious.
Yeah.
That table setup was just like, that got me nervous because it was second, like, somebody goes through that table and a piece of that table hits a fan.
Yeah.
There's a lawsuit waiting to happen.
Yeah.
When
not gonna lie, I've never seen a bed of mousetraps before.
Okay, why did Omega take that bump and then immediately after he take that bump roll across the rest of the board of mousetraps?
You'll have to ask Kenny Omega.
Instead of rolling the other direction, like he knew where the rest of the board was. So does he just like mousetraps to the back? Is that like? Is this a fetish?
Well, he was selling it like he was being tased, so maybe he was just involuntarily twitching.
From mousetraps? I'm just like, I mean, we already know he has a fetish for Japanese women.
That is true.
We already know this.
Yes.
And it was funny because I meant to mention this in the Riho Emi Sakura package. Nobody else. Kenny Omega had interviews in there, but he had nothing to do with that match. I'm like, Kenny, why are you here? Why are you talking about this? Who cares? Why?
I think he's one of her mentors. I think.
I guess, but like, they didn't do that for Emi Sakura, and Riho gave a promo anyway, and Emi Sakura gave a promo anyway. So what was Kenny doing there? He was just there going, "Remember, I like these women." Yeah.
Yeah.
Here's Riho. I like Riho.
I can sweet talk you in your language, baby. Anyway.
But this is the match where I really started to feel bad for JR, because he just seems so uncomfortable.
Yeah. Honestly, this was his best commentary of the night, but that's just because he was genuinely like, ugh, get it away.
Yeah, I really do genuinely feel bad for JR, and even Excalibur was like no help with this at all.
Yeah.
He didn't do anything egregiously bad this time. But...
Yeah. And then, like, when they started, like, bringing out, like, real barbed wire, that's when I was like, okay. And, like, the crowd shots were great.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. The crowd shot. That's how you do a crowd shot, Kevin Dunn.
Yeah.
You pick the most bored girl you could find and cut to her and watch her be ambivalent, or you don't cut to the dude on his phone.
Yeah. Or, you know, after Roman Reigns beats Samoa Joe, you don't cut to the fans who are leaving the arena immediately.
Or you don't cut to Roman Reigns when AJ Styles is debuting.
Oh, memories. Oh, God. PTSD. I'm having bad... Why'd you have to say that?
So fuck you, Kevin Dunn.
God, like...
I don't care what pay-per-view we're reviewing. I'm still going to mention how much I don't like Kevin Dunn.
Can we slam Kevin Dunn on top of a board of mousetraps and see if it makes him twitch?
I don't think we have to slam him at all. His teeth will probably just lead him to it.
Yeah, he'll smell it and start like being drawn to it. But yeah, let's see one of my other favorite things this match. Okay, so and one of the hype packages for this match, Kenny Omega was like, "What, John? Are you gonna chain wrestle me?" So of course, Jon Moxley, being Jon Moxley, responds by bringing out an actual chain and slamming him on it.
And they actually did do a little chain wrestling.
Yeah, they did.
That's the funniest thing. They did that at the beginning of the match, which I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. They actually did put some wrestling in this. That's nice.
Yeah, but like, he's like, what are you going to do, chain wrestle me? No, but I'll wrestle you with a chain. Just like, not what I meant. Not what I meant. And you know that's not what I meant.
Honestly, that golden chain kind of took me out of the moment. I would have liked that to have been like a rusty chain or something.
Or like silver.
A little more practical.
Yeah.
Yeah. Just something that you'd find in a hardware store, not something that's like, oh, look, we've got gold in our branding.
Yeah.
You know, it's like, that was kind of like one of those obvious things. I'm like,
Yeah. And then they brought out broken glass. Although it was
also obviously sugar glass.
Yeah, it was obviously sugar glass. And that people were freaking out about that, and I'm like, dude, they're not actually using real glass. Relax.
My thing is like, I think with the glass thing, because they did it with the table. First of all, Excalibur's like, oh, that's the glass from the table. How the fuck do you know that? Did you ever hear on Dynamite that they had saved all that glass from that table?
No, he followed Kenny Omega, who picked up a piece of that table as like in memoriam of that spot. He followed him until this show and watched him put that piece of the table in that bag.
Come on, Excalibur. You can't just say that and then like, because none of us knew about that. Does this guy just have like, is he the Harvey Levin TMZ of this guy, of this company?
Abso-freaking-lutely.
Oh, great. Oh, God.
He doesn't know what an Alabama Slam is, but he can sure follow people around who are holding glass.
It's as if I could like him any less. And so...
But yeah.
So we get through this match. Honestly, here's my big complaint about this match. It wasn't any of the spots. I thought the spots were fine. I felt that this match did not build in brutality. And here's what I mean.
It didn't feel like a blood feud.
No, well, that's not even it. It's that they started out the match with the barbed wire, which was the real intense stuff, but then they did like moderate things like the mousetrap and setting up a table. And then they go to broken glass, and that's really intense, broken glass. And then they do like a couple things on the ramp and do some regular wrestling. And they made the thing seem lesser in value. And then they did like the chain. The chain wasn't as big because they'd already done the stuff that was really causing the damage, like right out of the gate.
Dude, can you imagine if they saved the paradigm shift through the glass table for this show?
I would have liked that a little.
That would have been the crowd would have absolutely pissed themselves.
I just thought that this whole and then they do the barbed wire. They do the barbed wire bed. They get him dissected from that, and then
No, Sean. This barbed wire spider web.
Oh, right. Excuse me. So the barbed wire bed. So they do the spot with the barbed wire bed. They both get out of that, and then it goes through like plexiglass.
Yeah.
And it's like, and for me, that was not as effective as watching Big Show chokeslam John Cena through that halogen light.
Dude, that was insane.
2009, which was baller.
That was awesome.
So if you're gonna do it like that, there wasn't even any like electrical sparks or anything with that plexiglass. It was like, oh, plexiglass.
It honestly, it looked like cardboard.
Yeah, it was again. It was like, if you're gonna do barbed wire, you know, do that at the end. Do it for when it really is that it's most intense. Don't start with that and then go to like lesser items. Even though that new spot with the chain looked really good.
Mm-hmm.
You know.
Yeah, I like the new spot.
Everything looked good, but it was like you had a jigsaw puzzle where all the puzzles were just in a different pieces were in a different spot.
Yeah, it's like they did things out of order.
Yeah, it didn't feel.
Yeah,
like
I see what you mean.
It went in the mode that it went to, and then like they did the barbed wire bed and all that stuff, and then the boards didn't even seem as important. Of taking all the ring stuff up.
Yeah.
You know, and it's like, oh, boards, even though you just suplexed each other on barbed wire, but okay, wood.
That said, when Kenny Omega did that Phoenix Splash and missed it, bruh.
That looked like it hurt like hell.
Didn't it bust him open? Because, like, oh.
I feel like it may have, but then that high arcing paradigm shift was also really nice, the one that ended the match.
That's how you end the match right there. Like
that was good too.
Yeah.
You know, it's like I said, everything looked good. That is not the issue I have with this.
So like if they put things in like a different order and like built to the more crazy stuff, then you would have liked this match much more.
I would have really loved this match. I liked this match.
Oh, I really, really liked it. But honestly, I think the Jericho-Cody match should have ended the show.
Yeah, agreed. But I understand the reason why, because the last time they did that at All Out, when they did that ladder match with the Bucks and the Lucha Bros, it killed the main event crowd.
Yeah. They were worried about that.
And I understand why they did it.
Yeah.
And so it's not honestly, I would have liked for the main event to have been with the title match, but I think that honestly that's one of the smaller offenders of the whole night. Yeah. Like it honestly it was a mixed bag, but it had its really good moments.
Yeah.
You know, it had its really good moments. Is it worth $50?
I didn't spend $50 on it. I watched it on a server.
I know, but just in your opinion, if this was something where we didn't have the access, right? If we didn't have the unstoppable wave of information and downloads that we do, would you have forked $50 to watch this pay-per-view now having watched it?
Sean, I haven't held $50 in like a year, so no. No.
Let it go, AEW.
Yeah.
There you go.
Actually, I did. Honestly, if my birthday was like a few days earlier, then maybe, because I just got some birthday money. So
if you had given me Pac and Page, the World Heavyweight Title match, and the Lights Out match for $50, and just cut out the rest, I'd pay $50 for that.
And you'd have more of a bargain for that.
Yeah, because you don't have to sit through all the other filler shit and hair cutting with a knife.
Yeah, that was weird.
But to be fair, to AEW's credit, this is the first pay-per-view they've had that didn't have anything outwardly phony and hokey and Orange Cassidy and what's the other one, and Marco Stunt and other of those types of guys.
I do not hate Marco Stunt, but the next time I see him flossing in the middle of a match, I'm actually going to reach through the screen and kill him. I just can't. I just can't. So AEW Full Gear, what would you give this out of 10, Sean?
Oh, God. You see, that's the problem. These are so hard to rate.
Yeah.
Because it's all over the place.
Yeah.
It's like the good is really good, and the bad is just, I mean, I'll give this like a 6.5. 6.5 to maybe 7, but I'd say 6.5.
You want to go just a solid 6.5 or 6.75?
I'll stick 6.5.
All right.
I'll stick 6.5.
Me, I really like this show. Although I do think that like I thought the opening match was good, just went too long. I loved the second match. The Shawn Spears Joey Janela match felt like a TV match. It was kind of a waste of time, but I did like the spike pile driver at the end and the hair spot. I enjoyed the triple threat tag team match, although it kind of felt like it took forever to get going, and then it just sputtered out, just like completely just stopped. And then I thought the women's match was good. I loved the AEW World Title match with Cody and Chris Jericho, and I really, really liked the main event. So I'm gonna go about. I don't want to give it a solid 8, so I'm gonna give this a 7.75.
So there's obviously room for improvement with this company, but it needs to start getting its head screwed on straight and not be a schizophrenic.
Yeah.
Or at least if you're gonna be schizophrenic for like an hour and a half less.
But hey, there's something on this show for everybody.
Well, that's true. That's true. I mean, there's people who are gonna be, I'm sure, who are gonna listen to this and go like, "You just don't understand the Young Bucks. They're the greatest tag team." Blah 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 blah. That's fine.
I'm gonna get a comment that's like, JoshAgeddon, why'd you bring Jim Cornette on the podcast? And I'm like, because he asked to be on. Okay.
Listen. I am not disparaging what anybody likes. Okay, you want to watch these guys? You watch these guys.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not going to say what kind of fan would I be if I didn't want other fans to enjoy watching the product.
But if you like Excalibur as a commentator, that's beyond the pale,
then
and you need to.
You're obviously poorer than the guy who had to sell his dog to make his trailer payment, and that's just a bad time right there.
Yeah.
So
yeah, overall AEW Full Gear, I thought this was a pretty good show.
I'm interested to see where they go with this.
Yeah, me too.
Anything, they've kept my attention.
Hey,
keep it going, AEW.
There's not an AEW pay-per-view every month, so that's another thing.
Which also gives them time to build, which is nice.
Yeah, but can you imagine if there was an AEW pay-per-view every month?
God, well, with WWE, it's like every 2.5 weeks.
Dude, we would be exhausted.
Dude, I am exhausted by WWE. I don't even watch most of the shows.
But yeah, thank you so much for joining us, guys, for the AEW review. And we will see you guys. Yeah, we will see you guys like in a week or so when we review Survivor Series.
But that's going to be a hell of a time.
I hope it's good. It has great potential.
I think we're in for definitely some discussion material for good or bad.
Oh, absolutely. Well, thank you guys so much for watching. Like, comment, subscribe, and all that fun stuff. Go subscribe to Sean's stuff because he is a musician. He's got him some music. He's Mr. White Nux.
You know it.
Absolutely. So thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you guys next time.